Hi viewers! I suspect that a lot of you are probably newbies, so hello, hi and welcome to anyone who is new to those pesky dames. I guess a lot of you are probably here from the Cherry Healey programme. For those of you who don't know or haven't seen it, we were lucky enough to be on Cherry Healey's programme How to Get a Life last night. It was on BBC Three, and to viewers who live in the UK, you can still watch it on iPlayer. It's Cherry Healey, How to Get a Life. And we were talking to her about the issue of not shaving. So if you fancy getting a bit of armpits, check it out on iPlayer. Thank you to everyone who tuned in and watched us, and thank you to the massive outpouring of support that we've had. It's been really heartwarming to read, and it's really lovely that you've chosen to share stories about yourselves with us. And it's just always lovely to get messages and to talk to and hear from our viewers. So thank you very much. You made all the stress of being on TV very, very worthwhile. Whew. So that over, on to this week's topic. This week we are talking about body positivity. I think that in general our culture makes it quite difficult to have a positive relationship with your body. If you ask anyone, they'll probably be able to reel off a list of things that they don't like about their body. I'm sure we all know this, but let's recap what society's ideal female body is like. So, years after her creation, it's still pretty much Barbie. Society's ideal female body is cisgendered, white, very thin, toned, little hips, teeny tiny waist, big boobs, long legs, and able-bodied. So our notions of beauty, as well as being really narrow-minded and simplistic and restrictive and destructive and damaging, are also freaking like ableist and racist and transphobic as hell. Needless to say, virtually nobody has this kind of body. The figure in particular is pretty impossible to achieve. Kristen Harrison calls this kind of figure the curvaceously thin body. She identifies the media's ideal woman would have size 4 hips, a size 2 waist, and a size 10 bust. Very, very few women are born with bodies like this. Having such an impossible beauty ideal is a great way to make a lot of money. After all, if it was easy to be beautiful, we wouldn't spend so much time and hard-earned cash trying to get it, and a lot of companies would go out of business. But newsflash, it is easy to be beautiful. In fact, you're doing it right now, even though you might not believe me when I say that. I have spent several years comparing my body to the kind you see on magazines and on TV and in music videos and on billboards, and you know what? My body doesn't match up to what society thinks is beautiful. And I'm like a relatively thin, cis, able-bodied white girl, so I got out of this, you know, pretty lightly, and I still feel like shit. You know, my waist isn't small enough, my stomach and legs aren't toned enough, my thighs touch in the middle, which apparently is a big no-no. My hips are too broad, my dress size is too big, I'm too pale. I could really endlessly go on and on. And this failure to look like completely fake images of women, which are so photoshopped that half the time they don't even resemble real women or the original model, is one of the reasons why so many young women hate the way they look. Do you know what I used to be really insecure about? Okay, I thought hips were meant to just go like that. Yeah. And I thought mine were freaky for having a dip. Do you know what this dip is? It's where you go hip, and then there's just like a little straight bit, or an indent, and then leg. Okay, and I thought I was freaky for having this. I thought my body was fucked up. I thought it was really weird and wrong. That dip is normal. Most people have that dip. And all of the things that you think are freaky or wrong or abnormal about your body, other people have that too. I promise you, your body is not weird. You know, your body is fine the way it is, and it is beautiful the way it is. And yeah, you may look in the mirror and think, God, my skin is awful, or I hate my legs, or, you know, Mean Girl style, my pores are massive. But there will be, and there are, people in this world who genuinely think that the sun shines out of your every pore, and they will love your body because it is yours. But what Becca and Holly said are right. You can't rely on other people to feel beautiful. You, first and foremost, need to believe that you are beautiful, and you need to love your body. And that can be a really hard thing to do, I know. But Okay, so find a good body positive community. Find women who you think are fucking awesome and who have bodies outside the norm. Write down things you like about yourself and stick them on post-it notes around your house. And if you're really struggling, get a friend to write down things that they think are beautiful. And one day, seeing that constantly every single day will start to counteract the media images we see every single day, and it will start to sink in. And your body isn't beautiful for what it looks like. Your body is beautiful because of what it allows you to do. Your body is beautiful for allowing you to express your emotions. When you laugh or smile, happiness is written in every single line of your face, and that is beautiful. Your body is beautiful for allowing you to express who you are. Your body is beautiful for allowing you to assert yourself. And your body is beautiful simply because it houses you. To be honest, I think that one of the most important things we can do in order to enable all of us to have positive relationships with our body is demand diversity from the media. I want to see real bodies, not Photoshop one. And I don't mean piss on the women who do fit the beauty ideal. By all means, let us celebrate those body types, but let's celebrate it alongside others. I want to see bodies which reflect the diversity of life. I want to see women of colour on the fronts of magazines. I want to see fat women on the fronts of magazines, and not with red lines circling their imperfections. I want to see ripped bodybuilder women. I want to see, and I don't want all of these people to be stereotypes. I want there to be fat women in TV shows who are allowed to be fat and feminine and sexy and who aren't constantly dieting. You know, I want there to be a character for fat women which shows them as real people and isn't Coach Beast or Megan from Bridesmaids. I want to see butch women who aren't figures of fun, and I want to see trans women who aren't mocked or who aren't simply there just to provide a plot twist. I want to end my video today on an extract from an Andrea Gibson poem, Asking Too Much. I have this written on my mirror, and every time I look at it, it makes me feel good about myself. So you should write it on yours too. The lines I have say, I want to know what you see when you look in the mirror on a day you're feeling good. I want to know what you see when you look in the mirror on a day you're feeling bad. I want to know the first person who ever taught you your beauty could be reflected in a lousy piece of glass.